Okay, so I'm back on Live Request Wednesday, and I'm doing a Christmas edition and just kind of reacting to everybody's favorite Christmas picks. And this one just came off my buddy RP, and it's Sabaton with the song "Christmas Truth." Truce. Now, I know some of you guys might not know who Sabaton is or what they do, but I have got a lot of respect for this band. Sabaton is a band that focuses on actual historic events and sings about them, and I think that's great because basically it's spreading history to a completely different generation of kids and just people that might not really be into it. In fact, I've even had history teachers reach out to me and say, "Hey, I actually play Sabaton a ton in my classroom just to get kids interested in a lot of these historical events," and it's pretty awesome. So Sabaton is just one of those bands I have a massive respect for. So we're gonna check this one out. This is called Christmas Truce. It's based on real world events of an actual truce that took place uh, back in. Let me see here. Back in what was it, 1914? It's been the same for 85 years. Let's check it out here. You just read the story to your kids last night. All right. Western Front, 1914. All right, here we go. Wow, look at the production value on this.
Come on, man. Wake up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hannes! Hannes! Come on!
Silence. Oh, I remember the silence on a cold winter day. After many months on the battlefield, and we were used to the violence. Then all the cannons went silent, and the snow fell. Voices sang to me from no man's land. We are all, we are all, we are all, we are all friends. And today we're all brothers, tonight we're all friends. Our moment of peace in a war that never ends. Today we're all brothers, we drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the trenches, we sing a holy night. Our guns lay to rest on snowflakes. Our Christmas in the trenches, our Christmas on the front, far from home.
How strange must that have been? I'm gonna stop right here and just and try. I mean, they're doing a fantastic job painting a picture here and explaining this without any of my help. Um, but how strange must that have been? You're spending days in trenches just firing at each other. You're going back and forth, and there's finally this truth. And for one moment in history, you're all brothers, and you can just. It must have been awkward as hell. It was like, oh man, you killed my friend, and you killed my friend, and we've just been, you know, in this hellscape together. But I can only imagine what it must have been like to actually come together in that truce. Like, no, I can't even imagine. I mean, people push their breaking points, like literal hell on earth right here, and then it finally they have a moment of just like stopping and just having a moment together. It must have been. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Let's take this one back here a little bit. This is pretty damn touching.
In the trenches of Christmas on the front, far from home. Madness, how I remember the sadness. We were hiding our tears in a foreign land where we faced our fears. We were soldiers, carried the war on our shoulders for our nations. What are you doing? Is that why we bury our friends? We were all friends. And today we're all brothers, tonight we're all friends. Our moment of peace in a war that never ends. Today we're all
Can you imagine?
drink and unite. Now Christmas has arrived and the snow turns the ground white. Hear carols from the trenches, we sing a holy night. Our guns lay to rest on old snowflakes. Our Christmas in the trenches, our Christmas on the front, far from home.
There's that cross. This might be my favorite from Sabaton so far. No, it is. It's 100% my favorite. I'll let it play to the end. Yeah, we'll see if there's some sort of... Even musically. Wow. That is there more? No, it's just fading out. That is chilling. I mean, there was such great production value on that. It like, yeah, literal, yeah. I got literal goosebumps from watching that, and that was good. That was good. I mean, not even just the visuals, the actual music was some of the best I've ever heard from Sabaton. I want to say I enjoyed it, but I don't know. I mean, it kind of took me to a weird dark place, but I mean, that's just history. And what an incredible moment for just, for just people, for humanity. Can you imagine being in those trenches? Can you imagine fighting like that and then having that night of truce? I mean, that must have been so I can't imagine like drinking with your enemy and having just a night of just like kicking around the ball and just singing songs and whatever for everything that you've been through. Like you're just like constantly thinking, death is at any next second, it's just right around at the corner. Seeing all the destruction, seeing, people literally suffer and you suffering for as long as you've been suffering. And then all of a sudden just having this truce. How do you go back? How do you go back after a truce? What a moment in time for just history. Yeah, no, that was incredible. I mean, it literally gave me chills. I see what you mean. Musically, like I said, that's some of the best I've heard from Sabaton. Um, I don't even know if I want to touch on the vocals because I mean the message is just so, and the story is just so heavy. This is a really good one, and I knew Sabaton did this. I've reacted to a couple Sabaton songs, and I get it. I know what they do, and I've already said I respect the hell out of them for doing that. But this just took it to a different level, man. Yeah, wars suck. They do. Isn't it crazy that we just do that as human beings? But I mean, when push comes to shove, if there's nobody telling you to kill and you just have a moment of truth, so you can just like, we are just brothers and sisters. I can't imagine what it was like for the people fighting and for the people having that one night. It must have been the strangest thing. It must have been, you must have been divided by it. You must have been completely divided by it. Like you want to have this night of just rest and putting your firearms aside and no more killing and no more madness. And then, but still, like you must have some sort of resentment towards the people you're having that night of truce with. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it was just a time where everyone was just like their nerves and their bodies were shot and they truly just needed this. I don't know. I might have to just like watch some documentaries on this and see stories about what that must have been like, the vibe of that whole thing. Yeah, no, that was a good one. That was a good one. That's Christmas Truce from Sabaton, and that one literally gave me chills. Awesome pick, RP. Damn.